One of my favorite sayings is simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. And we tend to make business much more complicated than it needs to be. And because we overcomplicate it, or we think it can't be that easy, it can't be that simple, we try to find the hard parts which just don't work, or hacks or clues. And so what we're going to talk about in this video is how to simplify it. If you can keep it simple and you can be consistent, you can easily hit 6 figures plus a year in your beauty business. If you don't know me, this is your boy Wig. Shut up. Shut up. That's just it. That's whatever. It came out like that. All right. So why do I do this? Why do I have these videos, etc., etc.? It is mainly because at one point I was dirt poor, homeless, single mom, raised my sister and I. And even though I didn't know it at that point, I knew it. I knew I was meant to do great things. I just didn't know how. I just had no clue. I was lost, but I knew the opportunity was out there. And I was very, very fortunate to meet some amazing mentors that basically gave me a helping hand, helped me out. And these mentors, multi-millionaires, and just kind of showed me the light. And so this is my way of giving back because of their generosity. They helped me when I needed help. So I'm hoping this will help somebody as well. And that's why I do this, out of the goodness of my heart. I'm not trying to sell anything. I just want to help you make money. And at some point, I will be partnering with several estheticians so we can see if we can make more money together. Pop, pop. If you don't know, I can pop, lock, and drop, just in case you think, I'm just doing this wavy things. I'm not sure if you knew I used to be part of a hip hop dance team. So I get down when I get down. All right, what are we talking about? It's so many times, one of my biggest mistakes I used to do a long time ago is try and learn a lot of things through books. I'm going to do this, or I'm going to study this, and I'm going to learn this. And in actuality, so much of that time, I was doing it through books instead of just doing what I should have been doing, the thing itself. I was studying how to do the thing instead of doing the thing. Because I was afraid. And I guess one of the best examples I can tell you is you can read the freaking DMV manual on how to drive a car, the right way to drive a car, the lane 1, lane 2, braking, blah, blah, blah. But that's not going to make you a good driver. Would you agree with me that the more you drove, especially in the beginning, I'm not sure about you, but I was a horrible driver in the beginning. Lord knows I was just bad. Oh my God. But the more I drove, the better I got. So it wasn't me studying how to drive and reading the book and YouTube videos or what have you. It was just going out there and doing it and sucking at it and going super slow and then getting a little bit more comfortable and then doing it more and more and more and more. And now I see people freaking driving, holding their steering wheel with their knees, and they're putting on makeup in their car. How did somebody go from complete novice to driving with your knees and makeup in the car? Just repetition. Yes, cool. So one of the ways I tend to complicate things is I try to do too much. So if you're trying to do 6 figures, and again, this is for people that aren't at 6 figures, or even if you are at 6 figures, you can do more 6 figures, you can do mid 6 figures, you can do high 6 figures, etc., etc. Is we try to focus on too much. We're trying to do too much. We're trying to do this and this and this and this and this and this. You could do 6 figures, and the formula is this: you have one avatar, one thing you're trying to solve. Let's just say it's acne. If it's skincare, let's just say you're doing brows or waxing or sugaring or what have you, right? So one avatar, one solution, and one channel. So one avatar, you're trying to help somebody that has this. So you're consistent. So it's easy to have that message. If you're doing too many things, you're trying to do this and sell this and tooth gems and teeth whitening and cavitation stuff and this and this and this and this and this. Well, let me just say this. If you are not at six figures and you're doing all those things, can we agree that doing more isn't working? Right. And that's a lot of the times. I'm telling you, it took me so long to figure some of this stuff out. I'm like, okay, well, I need to do this and I need to do this. It's like, well, I always tell people, I don't say something is right or wrong. I just say, is it working for you? Are you doing as well as you feel you should be based on all of these services? And to me, and a lot of folks agree, you are diluting yourself, you're diluting your time, you're diluting your message. So when you try to do too much, it's just hard. I struggle with this all the freaking time. I'm an idiot for doing it. I'm running freaking like 3 companies and I'm just a moron. And it's like just hard. But but at the same time, I'll figure it out. Every opportunity is a good opportunity, but you can't do it all. That's the thing, right? So at some point you gotta pick a path and be like, okay, this is my specialty. I'm not saying pick a specialty and don't do the rest. So for example, if you do skincare and maybe you do some waxing eyebrows or whatever, blah, 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 right? Great, it's an add-on. But I would say I would make my one thing the one thing. This is what I specialize in. If somebody comes in and they happen to want this, and this is, do an upsell. So you got one avatar, you're solving one problem. You got this one solution. So you have this skincare, you have this acne treatment, you have this 4-week acne boot camp, whatever it may be, right? So you got one solution, not 20 solutions, not like we got this and then we got this and we got this. No, problem, solution, and then pick one channel for your social media. So for example, me, I am heavy in Facebook. I dabble with the others. At some point I will start dabbling more. And I know people are like, oh, well, shouldn't I be everywhere? It's like, well, if you're not at 6 figures, again, say the average esthetician, according to a lot of statistics I see out there, the average esthetician is making like 35 grand a year or something of that sort. Well, if you're hitting those numbers and you're on Twitter and Insta and this and that, it's still not working. So pick one and just freaking dominate it. Pick one, dominate it. I personally like Facebook for one main reason is within Facebook, I can build a community. I can build a group like this. I can build my following here and share information and do this, that. But I think that's the only reason why I love Facebook so much is I can build a group. I can build a group. I have a group. I can work within the group. The group knows me. It just gets things going faster, right? So one channel, one avatar, one solution, one channel. If you focus on those 3 things, it's gonna make it easier. So cool. Let's just say, cool, we got this. I'm gonna be working on acne or skincare, whatever. I got this one solution that handles that well, that you're comfortable with, that and you picked one social media channel. Pick LinkedIn, pick Twitter, Insta, TikTok, whatever, right? Pick one, right? Blah. Cool. And then it's about being consistent, how to be consistent with it. One of the biggest problems that I feel is plaguing the industry. And I don't know why people just don't hit this head on. It's not that a lot of estheticians don't have the sales they want, not because they don't have the skill as an esthetician, but because people just don't know you. People don't know you. They don't know exactly what you do and how you can help. So how do you do that? Well, let me share with you real quick. Again, I am a brown, bald guy that has zero business being in the beauty business that I just got involved with. It'll be 2 years in November. So I'll have been in this industry for 2 years in November. Before that, I didn't even know what an esthetician was, but whatever, right? But what got it to me, what got me popular here is what I call the rule of 100. It's called the rule of 100. In the beginning, I would literally reach out and daily, I would reach out to about 100 people. So I would be in different groups, like let's just say the solo esthetician, or whatever esthetician group there was out there. Again, I'm not an esthetician. I don't give skincare advice or what have you, but I do the business advice. So if somebody had a question regarding business cards, or what's their website should have, or how's this logo, or what can I do for my social media, or this isn't working, or any business related advice, I would chime in all the time and just do that. So every day it was my metric that I measured. I'm going to go, okay, I'm going to get involved in these groups, and I'm going to answer questions and back and forth, and start having back and forth with people. And then as they got to know me a little bit, I would DM them and just say, hey, what's up? By the way, I had this group, please join. It's giving free business advice, marketing advice, etc., etc. And every single day I would live on this phone. I would be on this phone. I would be on the pooper, just keeping it real here, right? And doing messages back and forth and making connections. My goal for this whole process was not to sell. So that's where a lot of people are just effing up. You're trying to sell. You're trying to sell. And it's like, well, shouldn't I be trying to sell? Should I be trying to get butts in my seat? Well, yeah, that is ultimately the goal. But what's going to be more productive for you in the long run, like for example, me, my goal was not to sell. My goal was to get known. Are you feeling me? So again, like I mentioned before, one of the biggest issues that why a lot of estheticians are not where they should be is not because you don't have the skill set. It's because not enough people know you. Because people have skincare issues, right? Doesn't matter who they are, blah, 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 hyperpigmentation here. People have skincare issues. They just don't know you. So my goal was not to sell. My goal was to help, to answer questions, to be known. Do you feel me? And so it took me 100, and people go, well, Wick, why 100? I'm like, why not? It's a good number, right? Why do people want to make 6 figures? Why do people want to make 100 grand? Why not? We got to start somewhere, right? So that was it. So every single day, I would be on there, I'm either DMing people, or I am conversating within the group, going back and forth, just getting known. I wanted people to know me. Who is this guy? What is this guy about? What does he do? Blah, blah, blah. And I remember in the beginning, just to kind of give you an idea, and I share a story with a few people I talk to, because I get so many messages. They go, Wick, do you do consults, or Wick, do you do mentoring? And at some point I may, I don't know, we'll figure it out, right? But in the beginning, I would, because again, I was not known. I would go and try to offer my services for free. And I would just say, hey, hey, I see you're doing this and I would love to help you with this. And again, I was not known. People didn't know me. They didn't like me. They didn't trust me. I'm just some other guy trying to probably, they felt like I was trying to sell them something. So in the beginning, I was trying to just give away my service and go, let me help you. Let me try to do this, blah, blah, blah. All right. And it just wasn't, nobody's taking me up on it, right? It was crazy. And now, and I tell people this, the other day, I had somebody message, go, hey, Wick, I would love for you to mentor me and do this and do this. And I go, I don't do that. I go, I'm not doing that right now. And they go, well, the last person I was working with, I was paying them, about 10 to 15 grand. And they go, I would pay you 25 grand for the year if you can help me and help my business. And I turned it down. Not because I don't want 25 grand. I will happily, listen to me, happily take 25 grand. but that is not the direction what I'm doing right now. I have other priorities that just mean a little bit more to me. So right now, the mentoring isn't in line with what I do. Again, at some point it will be. But because now I'm known, people know me, more or less like me, and trust me, and they go, hey, Wick's not going to steer us wrong. You know, and I tell people all the time, I'm not here trying to jack you or sell you just a course, just like a lot of other people are doing, right? Because I don't want to make money off of you. I want to make money from you. I'm not in the market to rip people off. And I say this, and then listen to this carefully. I tell people this, I go, you should trust me blindly. Trust me blindly, not because you know me that well or whatever, but because remember this, I am a brown bald guy in the beauty business. The minute I do something wrong, I do something shady, I jack somebody for their money, I sell them a course that bombed, the minute they say that, and people can say, hey, what's up with Wick? Oh yeah, he just cares about your money, right? How long do you think this group of 20,000 that I have built would last if that's the reputation I had in the industry, right? And believe me, the group is much more valuable to me than making, a couple grand here or 25 grand there or this or that. The group for me, it's worth millions. And so that's why I say, trust me blindly, because I will not steer you wrong. I will not do anything that will, jeopardize this relationship. So that rule of 100. So what does that mean to you? Contact 100 people, get involved with groups. It doesn't always have to be about skincare. Remember, the goal is to get known. So if you have in Facebook a restaurant group, get involved with messaging. Like you see Sue Ann, who's in the group, and she says, oh, what's a good burger spot? And you go, hey, this is where I go, Sue Ann, you should check that out. It's a good burger spot. Like, oh, really? What, and then they go, hey, Sue Ann, by the way, if you go there, so-and-so's the manager, really good, let them know I sent you. You'll get extra good service or whatever. I don't know. And this is what I feel is a good burger. If this is you into, what kind of burgers do you like? You get that back and forth conversation going a couple times, boom, Sue Ann's a friend of yours. Now Sue Ann knows you. Building that relationship. Oh, and then Sue Ann goes to your page. Oh, you're an esthetician, skincare. Oh, but I coincidence, right? Things like that. The other ways is to reach out, is to connect with 100 people you want to do business with. 100. So when I look at that, I look at 100. Let's just say businesses, not 100. Like let's just say 50 businesses, small businesses around me that I want to connect with. I'll make a list, and it'll be 50 here, 50 there. And on one side of the 50, it will be businesses. Let's say there's this coffee shop, or there's this bar and grill, or there's this gym, or there's this yoga studio, or there's this dentist, or whatever. Any business that you want to connect with that you feel is going to align with what you do. The other 50, I'll look at people I want to work with, influencers, local influencers. Remember, influencers don't need to be a Kardashian. A local small influencer, a real estate professional is an influencer, right? Local DJ. Oh my God, my stomach just got, I'm freaking hungry. Local DJ, right? Hair studio, right? Hair salons, right? Things of that sort, a boutique, and a person that does this, right? A mover and shaker. We have so many in all communities. That's where it really helps to join like a Rotary Club, a BNI, or something like that. You just get to meet cool people and businesses at the same time. So I make a list of 50 businesses and 50 people, and then I'll do reach outs. I'm like, hey, hey, I do this. I'm a skincare specialist, and I see that you do this, this, and this. Would love to sit and talk with you and get an idea of how we can work together, right? Something of that sort. It's not complicated, Joe. It's not complicated. And the thing also I want you to realize is stop cutting yourself short. Don't feel like, oh, this person owns a gym. Well, guess what? You own a business too, girl. Right? You own something I believe is much more valuable than what a lot of these people are doing, because beauty is just, people do crazy things for beauty. So do not underestimate your work. Do not underestimate your worth. Do not feel that, oh my God, I'm so nervous talking to them. It's like, no, girl, you got the upper hand. have your power, own your power. Don't just give your shit away, right? So that's it, right? So, hit that 100. That's how I did this. If you go, Wick, how did you build your empire, or, this group and this, and that's it. It's in the beginning, it was a bunch of reach out. It was about answering questions. It was about being known. It was about helping. And I continue to do that to this day, just too freaking busy to be involved as much. It's like, be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. All right. So it's again, it's just work. And I was listening to a podcast not so long ago, and they'll go, if you do, let's just say 100, right? 100 is a great number. If you do the rule of 100 for 100 days, you are well on your way, if not almost guaranteed to hit 6 figures. So again, it's 100 DMs and conversations. It's 100 reaching out to local small businesses and influencers. It's 100 minutes of creating content and consistently posting it on your one, favorite place like Facebook or Insta or TikTok or whatever, right? That's it. So why don't people do it? Let's just say this is the result. This is what it takes to be successful. Let's just say, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm kind of getting some guns here, right? Like my shoulders. Oh my God, I wish you were in a tank top. I show you my shoulders are getting good. You know what I do every day now? I do 100 push-ups. I do a lot more than that, but at least in the morning, I woke up. I'll do 100 push-ups. I'll do 100 sit-ups, and I just got it here on my sheet. And then I did yoga this morning. I love yoga. Yoga is good. And now I'm going to be tomorrow doing 100 squats, and I'm going to be doing 100 on my TRX. I have a TRX here. I just hung to the wall. I'm doing 100 of those, blah, blah, blah. That's it, right? So 100 is a good number, right? Can I do them all at the same time? No, I'll do that, and I'll take a break and do that, but I will hit 100 because that's the number I've given myself. And if I consistently do that every morning, do you feel, can we agree that it will benefit my body? Like I will at least be going in the right direction of gaining muscle, losing weight, being more, toned and fit, etc. Right? Yeah. And so that applies to business as well. It's the exact same thing. Consistency is the key. So if you do this, if you put it together, if you do the 100, do 100 minutes every day of content creation, do, again, you don't have to do all of these, just pick one. Do 100 reach outs. That's my favorite because I'm connecting with people right then. Boom, 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 boom. I'm talking, I'm going back and forth. And I'm a sarcastic mofo anyways, so I can talk to anybody. I don't give a fuck. I was like, hey, what's up? Oh my God, sounds exciting, right? And then the other one was 100 of the businesses. 100, you can spend $100 a day in ad spend. And then that way you're getting an idea of how to do ads and what works. Again, so many people are like, well, what do? I did an ad and it didn't work. Well, dude, you need to do freaking like 20 ads because you can't just do one, right? And people don't do it because of fear. It's the main thing. It's like I don't think, especially estheticians, especially you owning your own business, you are not lazy, right? But it can be daunting. You can be, it can be fearful of doing this. And again, I was afraid too. I got rejected. A lot of people said, oh, no, thank you. I don't know you. I don't want to work with you. I'll think about it. I'll keep you in mind, whatever, right? It is what it is, but give it time, right? The more people see you, the more people see your name pop up again and again and again and again, they're going to be like, okay, this person seems like a good person that I can trust. Let me give her a shot. All right. That's it. Right. But you can't be selling. You can't be like, hey, by the way, got an opening today at my salon. Right. Hey, by the way, go, hey, you know what? Let me do this. Let me hook you up with a free consult. Let me bring you in. Let's see what's going on with your skin. I'd love to see if I can work with you. Ask questions yourself. Go, hey, y'all, I was going to put together some questions about skincare. And I was wondering, what are some questions that you have that you would like answered? Right? Ask people their opinions. Yo, women, ladies, please. All you got to do is ask a woman about her opinion on anything, and then let them go. Just send she's off, right? I said it. I'm not sorry. right? So like that. All right. So again, the rule of 100, keep it simple. One avatar with a pain point, whatever it is, one solution, product, whatever, one channel, 6 figures, and then start doing that rule of 100. When people, if you don't do it, if you go, well, like, well, that sounds hard. Well, dude, if making 6 figures was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? If it was easy, you would be doing it already. Of course, it's going to take some work. It's going to take a discipline and commitment, etc. I don't like to get up and start doing push-ups. In the beginning, I didn't. Now I do, because I'm seeing the gains, right? Can I do it? Kind of, almost. Sour roll, girl. Sour roll. Right? And but that's what it's about. It's about that consistency. Again, everybody wants to be the beast until they realize the work it takes to become that beast. Everybody wants to climb, everybody wants a view on top of the mountain until they see that hiking trail that they must climb. It's like, oh, I gotta go that high. Yeah, girl. But it's worth it. Worth it. All right. Hopefully this was valuable to you. Let me know, put in the comments rule of 100 and what you will do. Again, the work, just like driving, it's in the doing. It's not in the reading, it's not in the studying, it's not in the planning. You can plan shit all damn day, but it's not until you sit in that car and you drive and you're like, okay, let me get this. It's not until you do 100 reach outs through either DMs or messages or conversations, etc., that you start going, you know what, there's some really good people out here. And again, I've created some amazing relationships in this group because I dared to ask questions. I dared to help and share what I knew with people. I dared to do that. And now I get to reap some of the rewards. Be amazing, because being amazing pays so well. Rule of 100, and then what you will do with the 100, and let's go from there. Peace out. Peace.